Hi everybody, Sadibonani. Welcome to my channel. Igama lami nguNtando Mdletshe, and on this channel sibuka ama-reality shows ethu ala eMzansi bese sizala sizokhuluma ngawo lama shows. Siyaphinda-ke futhi sikhulume ngama-celebrities kanye nama-YouTubers ethu ala eMzansi. Listen, you guys, you remember when Utol Esmo did that very emotional and very loud interview with Mac G Podcast and Chill. And one of the things that he spoke about there, or one of the people that he spoke about, not in a positive way, was Skhumba, the comedian and radio personality. It seemed like he wasn't happy about their friendship with Skhumba. He said they are not close anymore. But what was really disappointing for me was to hear him talk about how much he helped Skhumba, how much Skhumba used to live at the back room of his grandmother's house, and all of that, you guys. It was disappointing because, number one, it's disappointing when somebody helps you at any point in your life, and then when you're going through whatever you're going through, they come out to just scream to everybody that they've helped you and how much they have helped you. And also just the fact that living in a back room for a lot of black people, it's not a strange thing, because a lot of the times, even when you have a job, you guys, if you are the one that is a breadwinner at home and you have to take care of your family, it's not as easy to actually move out of home. For a lot of people, it makes sense to stay in a back room at home, so that you don't have to pay this big rent or bond, and you can still take care of the family. So I watched this interview that Skhumba did with DJ, with King David, and it's such a great interview, you guys. I don't know how King David does the interviews. His interviews are so long, yet you are sitting there listening to the whole interview because he is so good with it. So I listened to it. It wasn't the first time that I heard Skhumba talk about his childhood, his relationship with his father, with his grandmother, with his mother, his relationship with his wife, the journey of his career and all of that. But I had never really known Ugutu Skhumba prior to him becoming a comedian. He actually was working. He did have a job with the SAPS in the HR department. So he did have a stable job, you guys. Of course, he wasn't making as much money as he is making now. So it seemed to me that this is a typical black child story, even though you do have a job, because he could have gone and gotten himself a place and forgotten about his family. But, a lot of us African children, we don't do that, okay? So that was the situation there. So, of course, I was interested to hear if he responds at all to what Utol Esmo said. But, throughout the interview, you even forget that you are waiting for that response when they are having the interview, because a lot of the things that he talks about are even more interesting than that. And also just the fact that you realize that his life is about a little bit more, it's deeper than these social media hype things that are happening right now. Listen, I have a soft spot for Skhumba ever since I found out that he spends a lot of his time and money helping people around South Africa with wheelchairs, because it's a cause that is very close to my heart. And also, I don't believe that a lot of people understand the difference that it makes to give somebody that needs a wheelchair. And I think a lot of the people don't do it because they just don't understand how much, even if you just bought one wheelchair for somebody that needs it, how much that how much difference that makes. And he said he says when it comes to that cause, it's inspired by Imperial cousin wake. He has a cousin that is on a wheelchair. He was injured at some point in his life, and he was inspired by that, you guys. So I do have a soft spot for Skhumba, and also just the fact that he is one of the funniest, if not the funniest, comedian in South Africa, for me, that is, you guys. So yeah, so that was like, it made me not really like Utol Esmo, because he said that. I'm like, how do you say that about somebody that was your friend? But okay, as we understand, that was very emotionally charged interview for Utol Esmo, okay? Now, eventually, towards the end of the interview, King David asked a question. He also was saying the same thing. You would see, I don't even feel like this is relevant or important for me to ask, but I will ask, because King David says that he was also bothered by what Tutol Esmo said about Skhumba, because he knows Skhumba personally, but he was asking a question. I like his response, you guys, because of course when somebody says something like that about you, you think that a person is gonna, hit back and all of that, but he actually says that no, you know what, in life he has accepted that not everybody's gonna like him or like how he does things. For him it's not important that people like, or everybody likes you. You must just accept that there is, a group of people that like you, and some don't. He also says that if you respond to things that are being said about you online, it's like you are going low with the people, so you are playing in the dead like everybody else. So he does not see the need. He says that of course something like that might bother you, but he makes a choice not to respond. And also he has taught himself that in his career not everybody's gonna like him, not everybody's gonna love what he does. He doesn't take the time at all, you guys, to attack Utol Esmo at all. They don't go into details to talk about that issue that has made Utol Esmo feel the way that he feels about his relationship. It might have been edited out, but that's all that we get in the interview. But I like the way that he responded. I like that he didn't go low, not as low as Utol Esmo did. I'm sure he's got some things that he knows about Utol Esmo that we will never know about, because like they say, they were friends, they used to help each other a lot in their careers, but he chose not to go there. I like that. I learned a lot from that you don't always have to respond. Okay, anyway, you guys, thank you so much for watching this video. Tell me what you think about Skhumba's response here. Anyway, you can go and watch the interview also in King David's channel, and also you could interpret what he said differently from how I've interpreted it. Anyway, thank you so much for watching this video. Please like it before Pumegona, share it with your friends, with your family, and even with strangers. Ntando kakhulu.